Hi guys, Jordan Peterson is the type of individual who sounds like an intellectual, but in reality, all he's doing is saying something simple in a complex way to sound smart. But in reality, he's not saying anything smart at all. Now, he appeared on the Piers Morgan show, where of course he received zero pushback, describing Britain as spiraling out of control when it comes to wokeness or something. Have a listen to this.
I don't know if you guys in the UK understand how sad it is for us in Canada and in the United States to watch what you're doing to yourself. I mean, the UK is a great country. When I go there, I go to Oxford, I go to Cambridge, to these remarkable places in London, see your unbelievable deep history, understand how much the world owes the UK in terms of, say, the establishment of common law and decent government everywhere, including places like India. We owe the UK such an immense debt. And to watch you guys like spiral yourselves into the ground for this idiot, weak political correctness that's gone so far that you can allow your working class women to be raped en masse sadistically and say nothing about it and gaslight people who are telling the truth. It's so sickening. It's so demoralizing. It's almost unspeakable. We all pray, hope and pray here in Canada and the US that you get your act together and grow some spine again and put your damn country back together and stand up to these bloody psychopathic bullies and the woke green mob, because it would be a dreadful shame to lose you.
What the heck was that about? The woke green mob. Once again, what the heck does woke green mob mean? Is it the Green Party he's talking about? Is it some woke warriors he's talking about? A mob? Who are these people? You notice that they never actually identify who these people are. Just the blob, as the Conservatives used to call them. But they never name who these people are. Because as soon as you do that, well, your whole argument would fall apart. Because as soon as you identify somebody, that person would say, well, I didn't say this, or I didn't do that. I honestly don't understand why Jordan Peterson has this massive following. He doesn't add anything to the conversation. He doesn't have any sort of insight. He's talking here about Britain spiraling out of control. Maybe he claims to have visited a number of times, but he's acting as if he lives on Twitter or on social media, and he gets all of his information from Tommy Robinson or Nigel Farage. And if that's how you get your information, then of course you're going to believe that the country is spiraling out of control. Now, when he mentioned here about obviously the grooming gangs, there was an inquiry, as we know, into the grooming gangs. The Conservatives, his friends, because he's a Conservative, the Conservatives refused to implement the findings of that recent inquiry. Is he angry about that? No, he's angry about something he doesn't seem to understand. And unfortunately, when it comes to social media, people who understand less and less are amplified more and more. That's the problem with social media. Jordan Peterson doesn't have a clue of what's going on, but he's interviewed and asked about his opinion on it. And all he says is the sort of stuff that you'd read online. If he actually visited Britain in a way that he'd visit the rest of the country as opposed to just visiting a few places, he'd get an understanding of the situation is not out of control. Are there issues? Of course there are. There are issues in every country. Every country has its problems. But to say that the UK as a whole, or Britain, is out of control, is spiraling into the ground because of a woke mob that he can't even identify, is insane. But the people who follow him and amplify him are the same type of people who believe that there is some sort of woke mob who is spiraling the country into the ground. Now, you notice here there's no pushback from Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan doesn't challenge people who agree with his position. He's of the same opinion. The country's out of control. The woke mob is in control. They're telling us what to do, what we can say, what we can't say. And of course, the likes of Tommy Robinson and others will latch on to people who have gone to prison, like Lucy Connolly, and claim that it's down to a woke mob that put her in prison, or she was put in prison because of tweets, when in reality, the situation is completely different. She went to prison as a result of a law from 1986 1986 sort of predates the internet and social media and Twitter. She went to prison for a different reason than the one that's been presented by the likes of Jordan Peterson and Piers Morgan, Nigel Farage and Tommy Robinson. Why do these people have such massive platforms when all they do is talk tripe? Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.